Virtual reality has been making its way into the medical field from everything from training to surgeries, but now it's being used to help kids get through painful procedures.
Hospital visits can spark anxiety for many, especially kids, but new virtual reality may help take off the edge. Dr. Gold and the team at Children's Hospital Los Angeles are studying the effects that VR can have on kids undergoing medical treatments. The goal? To help ease some of the fear and pain by distracting the patient. So far, the response from patients and parents alike has been positive. Will this be the future to anxiety-free treatments?
Good stuff. We have the creator of the program, Dr. Jeffrey Gold, here with us today. Awesome. I love this. And I have to ask, though, what was the inspiration behind this?
I mean, kids come in for routine procedures every day, and kids who've got chronic illnesses have to come in 5, 10, 15 times a month to have needle procedures and other types of very painful and scary experiences. So this is a wonderful marriage between technology and healthcare, and I think kids are obviously the best match for that because they love the video game, and we call it the gamification of pediatrics. And so kids are my inspiration.
It's fantastic. So it sounds like obviously it's been a really warm reception from kids and their parents. How about the facilities? How has it been integrated in their programs?
So we started our first studies in 2002, and we were able to demonstrate that kids had less pain and anxiety compared to the standard of care. And the phlebotomists also really enjoyed it because the children weren't crying, they weren't screaming, they weren't sad, they weren't nervous, their parents didn't have to hold and restrain them. So you have a calm patient, which means you have an easier procedure. And sometimes the kids didn't even know that it happened. Sometimes they'd say while gaming, when are you gonna draw my blood? And we did that already like 20 seconds ago, so you're good. And they just would walk out super happy and satisfied.
Although now they're probably not upset by the procedure, but they're upset when they have to leave.
That is true.
I mean, it really is like a video game for them. I mean, that's wonderful. I know now you're sort of focusing primarily on phlebotomy and other needle techniques, but I mean, I would think the sky's the limit for different diagnostic procedures. I mean, it's even as adults, it's scary to be put in a CAT scan, MRI.
Well, I feel fortunate because this actually changed the clinical service line of phlebotomy. So now VR is available to kids. When they come in, they can ask for it. So it's not in a research trial anymore. And then we've rolled it out recently into spaces like the operating room, so for IV starts and also for mask induction for kids going through sedation. We just launched this study recently. It's not painful to be sedated with the mask per se, but it's very scary. And so if they're in a gaming environment, like right now we're using augmented reality, so they're in a gaming environment, they still can see the surgical suite, but they're gaming and playing, and then they just are sedated, and that's that.
I think what's so cool about VR, specifically in this space, is because it is immersive, because those goggles are on you. You don't get distracted by anything else.
Correct.
And I believe there have even been studies, like one at 2017 at Cedars, where they found that VR actually substantially reduced pain more than even just a television or another distractor, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. We've done some of those studies also comparing it to cartoon or the same environment on a flat screen versus the immersive VR.
How long can you potentially use this? So for instance, let's say I have a laceration, it's gonna take me 15 minutes to repair.
Yep.
You know, a moderate-sized amount of time.
Right.
Will this, in your research, are you good to go 15 minutes?
Yes.
Maybe even a little bit longer?
Right, this has been the great part, is we've been partnering, right, with developers. So they've been creating games specifically for healthcare. So we're not looking at just off-the-shelf games, we're looking at environments that are specifically designed, and then we're testing them because I'm a strong advocate for evidence-based. We want to demonstrate this is useful in this particular way. So lac repair for sure, we've seen that. There's been published studies in the UK that have looked in emergency departments for older VR environments, but they were efficacious at reducing anxiety and pain during the procedure, and the medical doctor or nurse felt comfortable because the kid was calm. This is the best part, is that you get that trifecta effect of the parents are happy, the healthcare provider, and as well as the child. So we're in a really great time because developers are coming to the table now. They're interested in VR and in the health space, so they're specifically designing games for healthcare.
The sky is the limit
Sky
here.
is the limit.
Thank you for leading the charge on this.
My pleasure. Thank you.